Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tradeify Crypto, and we have three hosts today. We have Anna joining us, surprisingly, and I didn't saw her.
Well, what do you mean surprisingly? It's like Anna is joining us. Surprisingly, like it was like it's all it won't be gone. You know?
No. I'm happy because I can hear you. We had that glitch where I had to leave.
No.
Yeah. Look at Roman, not looking me happy. All right. So how's everyone doing?
How are you guys doing?
Good. Really good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to figure out the platform here. Just have a little play around. I've never used the X-Tribe before, actually, so this is all new to me. So Ayush today, he said he's going to give me a tutorial on how to use it. Is that right?
Wait, which platform are you trying to figure out?
DXTrade.
I'm on DXTrade right now.
Right.
Can I get one account? Weverse is saying, you can, my friend. You just have to stay with us, participate in the giveaway, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and you're done. And just get some luck from Luna. That's all.
Oh, here we go. Get some settings going. So, how did you get on yesterday in the end, Ayush? Did you trade gold?
Oh yeah, I did in the NYPM session. Before that, let me show you the area. I think it's wait. Let me just share trading view. Then we can go back to DXTrade. Okay. So yesterday we talked about the level that I was looking at, which is this one. On the left, I marked this level that we might see rejection because on the left we have this range, also the high volume node. But to keep it simple, I set it the range high. It will be my first take profit, and you can see that it rejected after the stream. We had a really good flush. I saw it went really going higher during the NY session and during during NYPM session. I saw that it reached my key level for a sell. So I took a 1:1 here and went really beautiful sell here. And we are still testing this area. And I feel we might be still in this range because we have news today. So that's why I think the volume profile is kind of B shape or D shape. It can pop up anywhere. But the price action was on point on the for the intraday perspective. So I'm still looking for some sells continuation lower. And I had a dream today that the gold broke below this range and we are going towards 3,500 area. But when I wake up and I saw that we are in range. So it was a dream.
Well, now if gold on the interest rate decision is going to break outside of this range to the downside, I'm going to call you next time for that trade predictions. Now I'm gonna consider it like a futures reading, like next time we're gonna call you and say, Ayush, did you have any dreams today?
Yeah.
Tell us, what did you dream about?
There was another dream as well, I don't know if I should say it or not. Jonathan and Alex broke into my house and they were sitting on my setup. I was like, what you guys are doing? They were like, we're trading. That was a dream. I was shocked. And I woke up. There are some dreams when you see some people which should not be there and there is no explanation by God. When you wake up, it's like, what the hell?
Oh man, I love it.
What are you guys doing here? We are trading. Like, obviously we are trading.
Yeah. So looking at gold 4-hour structure, what do you guys feel? It's like both sides wicked. I mean, the price created resistance and support on both sides. So I feel people who trade on the lower time frame, they can easily trade here, but people who are swing trading or scalp, high time frame trader, they are really stuck in this price action. What you guys are thinking? Because I feel that we still need good clarification and the structure on the lower time frame. For me, it is a very bad range before the news.
Yeah, I'll let Anastasiia take that one.
Well, like now we are ranging both on the higher time frame, but also on the smaller time frame. So to be fairly honest, like we were talking about before, I am like short biased on gold in general, but it's gonna really depend for me on the interest rate and the narrative that is gonna be shared today. Because the problem is that like we are now ranging essentially in between the very important areas that were previously tested. So if you look at gold from like a high time frame, and we are gonna have a look at this zone here. So we've had the test of this 4,100 zone first time when the price came here in October, because it was like a decision essentially if market is ready to accept gold above 4,100 level. So after ranging there for a while and several attempts to go higher, right, we eventually took off one more time. So we had an accumulation before the breakthrough through this massive area, through this very psychologically important level. Now, afterwards, in December, if I'm not mistaken, the price did come back to the same level. No, in March, the price did come back. November, and then March we came back, we had a rejection. So then we had another rejection and a manipulation before low, and then now we are pretty much not in the rejection, we are in the next accumulation area. Now the accumulation usually happens before the breakthrough through the massive important psychological but also technical zones, and it's like a normal market state. And for me personally, both from the technical perspective and also fundamental perspective, we are now bearish. I mean, if they are like, we now have, like in the morning it was 30% probability of the rate increase. Now it's 35. So it's been like 3 hours since the last time I've looked at the charts in the morning London session. It's now 35% of the rate been hiked today. So we are getting closer, like, and the market is pricing in the potential of the rate hikes. It's not even been held, the rate now, it's potentially been hiked. Now, if the rate has been held and we have a negative projection towards the inflation and all of these kind of things, or the rate is hiked even further, gold is going to go down, because it's going to be no sense for anyone to take the money out of cash and put it in high risk assets, like for example gold, mini S&P 500, Nasdaq, Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. It's like, it's not going to be any sense for people to invest in anything, just going to hold money in cash. So the only reason I can see gold going up, and including also Bitcoin, including Nasdaq, S&P 500, and so on, is if the rate is going to be, well, it's not going to be decreased, so we're not even talking about this, but if it stays, and then Kevin Warsh and Federal Reserve are having a softer narrative and like positive projections towards the next rate decisions. Right now, it's negative. So from all the things combined, I'm bearish in gold, to be fairly honest. But technically we are in the bottom of the range. Like we are ranging on the high time frame. So wherever we go on the higher time frame afterwards, it's going to really depend on today's meeting. And then on the smaller time frame, well, I'm not gonna, like, I can't really see any entry. Like a crazy entry would be here from the monthly, like what is it, from the weekly point of control, basically right here. So I'm gonna, like, the crazy would try to take it up from the weekly point of control, assuming that, okay, we're gonna have the rejection. And then, like, more realistic scenario is that I'm going to wait until the price breaks through this zone, because this rejection comes from the volume in this consolidation here. So we had the small range, we had the volume. Where is my volume on the trading view? Here it's my volume. So we have if you place volume profile over here, we have the point of control here. So technically, if you do break through this and we hold, we're most likely going to see gold around like what is it, like in the 4,070 and then 4,100 level here, and then 4,150. That's like if we break through this zone. So this is my key level. And then in terms of shorts, I would wait until the price, like I would wait for interest rate and then see if we break one of these key supports. And if the price breaks through one of the key supports and then holds on 30-minute time frame, then I'm going to try to take it along the move back down. So I'm not really excluding any possibility, to be fairly honest, because it's like it depends on today's meeting. I'm trying to not like get biased on one side direction, because you really never know what's gonna happen, especially now in the current geopolitical state.
Yep.
But what are you expecting for today?
I mean, if you look at the technical perspective, I have to roll up the motive, but before that, the daily time frame is actually we are in a very comfortable zone. It's a fair price, and to break below, we need really good sell pressure to just break out of this range. But it makes sense for us to just because the price action is on the 4-hour is not on one side. Sometime I feel that it's going to go up, sometime I feel it's going to go down, looking at the structure. So I think I'll wait for that release and then look for some trading setup. But yesterday was a good day, but today I'm not going to give my profits to market before the news. Not being smart today, so I'm going to act dumb before the news release. That's what I do. It's the right way.
You don't need to act dumb. You're a smart lad. We believe. We believe. No, but
everyone has a stupid side of us,
Yeah.
I was so stupid in the morning, but I got lucky actually. I was not planning to. Yeah, yeah. Being stupid paid for once, Yeah. Actually. No, I was taking long on Nasdaq. I was thinking about taking long on Bitcoin as well. I was taking this long here, and I got out on 974 here basically. So like I was lucky, but I was not supposed to trade at all today on the interest rate decision.
Yeah, it's going to be a big day today. So I was just having a little look at the CME Fed Watch tool as well, just to kind of have a little look at where bond traders are looking. It's whipsawing so much at the moment. We were about an hour ago, this was up at like 77%, and now it's just dropped again to 64% chance of no change. So this is going to be a very interesting event because we don't get any forward guidance from the Federal Reserve anymore. Each data point becomes much more sort of explosive, much more critical. So the next inflation data is going to be really hot to watch. The next employment data is going to be really hot to watch. And over the sort of past week and days, the chances of a hike have just started to edge up a little bit. In September, we've now gone to an 80% chance of an interest rate hike, which was, that was like low sort of 60s, a while ago. I mean, well, look here, for instance, it was like 54%. So we've now started to see the market really try and price in the idea that we are going to see those rate hikes. I mean, I completely agree with both of your views on gold being a little bit bearish, but this is the chart I'll be watching today, the US yields. If these shoot off higher, that gold is going to break a little bit lower. And quite interestingly, from a technical point of view, I actually hadn't looked at the chart in a minute, to be honest, about especially from a higher time frame. I've been kind of focusing on sort of like the 30-minute chart and stuff. This looks like a very classic sort of descending triangle pattern where you've got the market that's making these nice sort of lower highs, and then we've got this kind of base that's coming through around this sort of $3,975 area. I'll get my words out. Let me just change this color because I'm just like setting up everything on DX Trade in the background here at the moment. So this is kind of like a really sort of classic pattern to me where we see, and I've actually just been like doing videos on this and stuff as well. So it's just ironic that that's the case. But you can really see these lower highs coming in. It's basically just showing us that buyers around this 3,975 level don't have that momentum to really kind of take prices much higher. They don't have the volume to, or they're getting pushed back essentially as well by sellers to create these kind of lower highs. So if we were looking at it from a purely technical point of view, and let's say the Fed was not this evening. This pattern alone would make me want to be a little bit more bearish. If we see a break and a close below that sort of $3,975 area, then the market could move a little bit lower. But we'll have to wait and see. This is one of those events as well where you're kind of like, oh, it's geared towards rate hikes. Everything's saying rate hikes, da 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 da. Is everybody looking at the same trade now? When that happens, I don't like it. I like to see it. I like to be a little bit more on the contrarian side of things. So I think what will be interesting is if we do break, close below, and then if we close back above the range, then I think a lot of traders will get a bit spooked here, and we'll probably see some upside. It's just it's almost becoming like a coin flip today, which I don't like. I don't like when it starts becoming a little bit of a coin flip, because it just brings so much more uncertainty. And then to add to that, we're starting to come up to the midterm elections as well soon. So in the US, which are notorious for bringing volatility into the market. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think today, if we're going to trade, it's going to have to be very, very low time frame stuff. I think it's going to have to almost be like, trying to scalp in between the lines a little bit. Trying to really nail something on this might be a little bit difficult. I mean, did really well yesterday. I actually got short twice. Got short off of this zone in here. We had this like consolidation breakout. Ended up taking shorts at that sort of point of control there. Market went 2-1. I was really happy. But earlier in the session, we were talking about this one over here, this consolidation, looking for shorts in and around there. That one came in as well. So I ended up shorting gold twice yesterday, which was really, really nice. So yesterday, they played the levels really good. Today, how will they play those levels? That'll be something I'm going to be really keeping my eye on. But if you're trading today, it's going to be super difficult, I think, to try and pick a good direction and stick to that bias. Yeah. I just caught my eye on some reports coming out. It says that US President Trump's going to let Iran keep talking, but will be hitting Iran hard. Strikes will take place in response to the attacks on the US targets in Jordan. So here we go. It's going to be a volatile day, I think.
Yeah. So that's why the gold to fall. I think the volume on the 5-minute right now, it's because of that.
Yeah, I think so. We've just literally had that come out a minute ago, and we're starting to see that kind of decline there.
The only trade today was really made sense to me is this high, the double top sell Jono, the pattern trade. I think this shot was clean. Yeah. So I think for intraday perspective, it makes sense for me to just target the range, but now I understand why this fall is coming from. But I'm going to take a look at some crypto coins, how they're doing, because I have not seen my friend, which is Doge. So I'm just going to take a look at that. Are you guys trading any altcoins?
Not at the moment, no.
Look at the silence, no?
No. I still like the idea of being short on Bitcoin, but it's kind of like where do we get short on this? There's this kind of like consolidative area again through here. And I like the idea of maybe shorting down to that 63,000 area, something like that.
No, what happened to Doge? Why it is so sad on the forum? Doge.
Was it so sad?
It's more sad than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So on the Bitcoin, I see that we break below the range, but just coming back to it, I feel if we just show some retest and break kind of setup, we might see selling on Bitcoin.
What do you mean we broke below the range?
This range.
We are literally in the range.
In the range.
Which chart are you looking at?
I'm at Bitcoin.
But futures.
No. Coinbase. Exchange. Look.
You are okay. It's a smaller because look like if you look at the 4-hour time frame, we're like literally in the range.
Yeah.
So it's like when the market is so bad that like you can't even figure out if it's already the end of the range or if it's still the range. It's like it's good that anyway. I was about to take this long on Bitcoin in the morning together with Nasdaq. Actually, it was not bad.
So you are in.
I could have No, I was planning to, but I figured that I'm gonna take Nasdaq because they're quite correlated now, because of the reasoning behind the move of the interest rate and everything. I was planning to take it here after the rejection of the weekly point of control again, and the principle is the same. Basically, we had accumulation on the smaller time frame above this volume, and I wanted to take it towards the next volume here or here, but I didn't because I took Nasdaq instead. So, but I was planning to take this long, yeah. But now, my screen was sharing actually. 1 second, why did it? Yeah. There we go. So, it was sometimes just kicked out. So I was planning to take it here, like from this range on the smaller time frame. If you look at that, we had the weekly point of control here, and we were consolidating above this weekly point of control. So I was planning to take this long towards this area or the next volume here. So it would have hit targets. It was not a bad trade, but I've had taken Nasdaq instead, basically. So, and now I am waiting for the rate because pretty much we are at the bottom of this range on the 4-hour time frame. I have my first support here. So this is one of the key supports I was looking at. And the next resistance is, here and here now. That's a new one. So I'm expecting the price to potentially have hit this zone before the rate. And then if that's negative, I am expecting Bitcoin together with gold to go further down and hit maybe 60K, more or less. And then if you break 60K, then I'm going to be waiting for 52K next.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something I'm waiting for Bitcoin as well. I think it's going to be really volatile today, to be fairly honest. I think we're going to have a lot of volatility. I'm not sure if it's going to give any entry points because it's a lot of like priced in already fear. And then on top of it, it's probably if it's going to move so fast that I'm not sure it's going to give any entry in between, like any pullback. I think it's just going to be a huge 1-minute candle, like seconds, and that's going to be it. Probably on their already the press conference after their actual decision of the rate, that's maybe going to be a little bit more realistic to catch some moves.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion, at least.
So to keep an eye on Bitcoin as well today.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm keeping an eye on Bitcoin. I'm keeping an eye on gold and stocks as well. So that's my today's watch list, I'd say.
Nice. I mean, I hope it all works out for everybody because it's going to be a ride. Do you guys watch the press conferences or anything like that?
I usually do. Is it a whole conference or the headlines? Like, like some of the news aggregators, they like post the headline in the moment when it's set.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm not watching it for the purpose of actually trading it at the moment because it's almost not realistic. It's not like whatever they say, you know how it is. It's either the price did already or someone insider's information, they're already trading it and it's reacting already by the time. Or like it's seconds you're gonna get in, you're gonna have such a slippage that you're still not gonna get it on trade. So I'm not watching it for the purpose of trading immediately. It's more for like understanding where we're going after. Do you watch it?
Yeah. I'll be watching the whole thing, just to kind of see what comments moves the markets. That's why I like to watch it, just to kind of see if there is like a specific moment that we see like a spike in price or anything, because that kind of tells me what the market is looking for, or what the market is concerned about most. So I mean, I'm not expecting some big, to be honest, I'm not expecting anything big. I think I think Warsh will be very sort of neutral. I think he'll say that he'll be a little bit more hawkish in sense of the geopolitical risks, but the thing is they've had inflation data recently which has come in lower, so I think he's going to be pretty neutral. So this is going to be one of those events where it's either going to kick off or it's going to be an absolute dud and everyone's just watching it for no reason. But I do feel that if we do get some kind of some kind of talk about interest rates aren't restrictive enough and the target of bringing that inflation rate down needs to be met with some more aggression, then I think that's big spike for US dollar, big positive for the US dollar at that point. So that would be negative stock markets as well, because hiking interest rates increases their borrowing costs and increases their debt costs, something like that. So I do think that if that's the case, it's going to be pretty negative around. That should also filter into the likes of Bitcoin at that point. I think if we do see a more hawkish Fed, then that could be bearish. I'm actually just looking at this chart at the moment. I'm just playing around with my order here. I just wanted to reduce it a little bit because I realized I'm trading on like a minute time frame here. But I'm just looking at the potential for price to come back down towards this area of support on the 30-minute time frame. See if we kind of pull back down towards this 64k model level. Just looking at, hang on, where's that tool gone that I'm using? Here we go, the brush tool here. We've come up into the previous area of kind of resistance around this kind of 64, 60 area. Market has made a new higher high, but it doesn't look to be sort of, it doesn't look like a convincing higher high here at the minute. Moving averages are still negative in terms of the 50 below the 200. So I'm wondering if we get some kind of like head and shoulders pattern maybe to drive price back towards this 64k level. So I've just put a sell limit order on just to try and see if we kind of come back into this sort of minor area. If I just go to a minute time frame, you can see that again we've kind of started to trend a little bit lower here. Market has consolidated in this period. We've broke out of it, so just looking for a retest for a continuation down if we do kind of catch a little bit of a momentum move here. The other option is wait for a break of these lows and we might be able to catch like a little bit of a momentum move down. But at the moment, this is the trade I like the look of. I might just set, if we kind of come up into here, reject it, start giving me kind of strategy setups, I'll probably add another position. I'm just going to keep an eye on this one for now. Stop losses I've just put above sort of the low volume area for now. Just playing around my order because I think I might move my stop a little bit higher, just above that swing high. So I might reduce this down again a little bit just to kind of equate for that. I don't want to risk too much going into the first trade. I always like to kind of create 3 trades. So, if it comes back up to here and rejects it and I get my first one, great, then I can add in another, 3 lots and see if I can trade down towards this 64k area in here, I think. So yeah, we'll see what today brings. I don't think there's any, is there any data coming up before the Fed? I know there's some data, but I can't remember what it is.
Somewhat, don't know.
I want to say it's crude oil inventories.
No, but nothing significant, I'd say, today anymore.
Yes. I mean, at the moment, it can be.
Well, I mean, if you're not taking Trump into account.
Yeah.
Which is quite difficult. But yeah.
Well, we've seen the supply of oil just go through the roof. So whenever we see kind of a pause in the fighting, and we see quite a sharp movement in crude oil, it kind of makes sense that we see real big swings, because it is that battle of that supply and demand. But the OPEC are producing so much, and the OPEC nations are producing so much oil at the moment that I think when it does return back to sort of normality, we should see lower oil prices. So yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the crude oil inventories do not mean a lot right now. But when or if we ever get back to normal macro, which I'm hoping for, we could probably look for some opportunities on some crude oil shorts as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you expect oil prices to be up or down in general, like let's say in the next 6 months? Because I've seen some projections, and there are a couple that are saying that crude oil prices can essentially hike slightly, but people are mostly betting on the oil prices going down.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see it a lot lower than where it is now, because when we look at oil prices just in general, the only reason they are so high is because of what's going on. Pre-Iran war, we were trading down at the $64 and whatnot, and $63. So I would very much think that if this gets sorted, and if which is a big if at the moment, everything kind of calms down, then I would expect crude oil prices to be back down towards $60 in the sort of next 6 months or so. I can't imagine it being much higher than that, because it does go against all that Trump stands for, to be honest. He wants lower oil prices, he wants lower inflation, he wants lower interest rates, to be honest. So, kicking off this war probably wasn't the smartest idea that he's ever had. Not that most of his ideas are smart, but we can debate about that. But yeah, I just think this price action here is inflated because of what's going on. When we saw the peace talks, we saw price decline pretty quickly. We went from $104 back to $70 within a matter of a month. So I think that tells us where the market's head is when everything is calm. So yeah, I reckon we'll be much lower.
How are you guys watching gold? It took the swing low of the day.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get back in this range now. Yeah. At least it looks like this.
A lot of buyers at the lows.
It looks like it's gonna be ranging probably a bit for the next whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? You're planning to trade it?
No, I'm not. I'm just happy being safe before the news.
Fair enough.
I mean, would have taken that shot, but there is no area for me to just target it and just take a trade on. The profile is in a T shape, and the the buying pressure is really a lot in this area, and it's sure the price is again going to go higher for the comfort. I mean, the fair value. So not really interested, but it's really funny to watch that how it took the low.
Yeah.
Only because of Trump. Thanks to him.
Yeah, but it's been ranging, so it's like the last time we were at the same level. It also took the low, so yeah. It's been like extending the range basically. So it's more like a range expansion than anything else. So I don't think I think it's just gonna go back up. And if I would be again stupid, I would take this long, just betting that it's gonna go back up and gravitate back towards the point of control. But I'm not gonna.
I mean, yeah, I was planning to do a small scalp. But
I was actually planning to do the small scalp as well.
It's actually risky in this range.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you manage to, make your trading view chart look like a task chart? There's always something there on the chart. If we cut the frame for up and down, it will look like an task chart.
You mean the indicators?
So yeah, it's an indicator.
This, you mean?
Yeah, the orange line.
Yeah.
The point of control.
Yeah, so it's a PVP on the hourly time frame. So now I've read it on a task as well, on the futures, in a task on order flow in here too. So I figured that to get the better entry, now on the 5-minute time frame or 1-minute time frame, or the footprint charts as well, I essentially use the 1 hour volume profile to see within an hour who is dominating buyers or sellers. Despite the fact that I'm also checking, for example, delta and so on, this helps me to see realistically, are we in a balance or are we in the distribution phase on 1 hour time frame? Because if we're gonna, like, for example, now we are around the point of control for this 1 hour, and it's been like 37 minutes for this 1 hour. So we are not above, for example, the value area high, which is, let's say we would be in a trend. I would be adding to my position if the price within an hour goes above the point of control, above the value area high. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's actually really been serving very good. I've tested also like 15 minutes and 30 minutes, but 1 hour was like, it's just enough, because like if you go lower, it's not valid. It changes too fast, I would say. But even like for 5-minute time frame for the entry, 1 hour was like hitting the spot really.
It's the best time for intraday scalpers. So yeah, the 1 hour makes sense.
Yeah.
I usually apply in the current swing high and low, like we apply the fib levels, just to get an idea about what's happening in the range if I'm on the 5-minute chart.
Yeah.
Now let's see how many likes do we have. What should be the target for today? And I think also we have a guest, so keeping low targets is gonna not be fair. So what should be the target for likes today? Anna and Jono and Roman.
What did we say? It's now 45. Did we get 45? Did we get 40?
Yeah, we did.
We got 45.
Yeah.
I felt like a steady increase.
We should do 60, I guess.
60, okay.
Yeah, not bad. 60.
Yeah, I rock with that.
What do you think, Anna? Should we do 60 or?
I think it's perfect. No, I think it's perfect. For the guest that is coming out, definitely 60, yeah.
So 60 likes for the giveaway. 67, 67. Sayaf, what you doing here? That's a steady increase, 47.5. 60 likes for a giveaway. If we hit 6-7, then we might do two accounts. I don't know what 6-7 is, but it's popping up really quickly.
I actually don't know what it is.
If you guys I feel so old now.
Yeah, whenever someone mentions something, I'll just like, what does that even mean? Like,
I feel so old, guys. Like, seriously, you don't know what?
Even I don't know what 6-7 is.
I reckon you do. You're smiling, so that means that you're laughing.
No, I don't know.
Should I Google it?
Always.
Is it something that is legal? To Google?
Just to be safe, you can check it privately and then.
Okay, so I should do it on a.
Let me do it.
No, it's just yeah.
If I Google this live,
Mike,
immediately
yeah,
20 likes.
I'm not gonna tell them. I'm gonna wait until.
Wait, so do you know?
So the Google is saying that the 6-7 is a viral internet slang term and inside joke used mostly by young people. It has no actual literal meaning, and using it is just to confuse adults. Is the whole point. Yeah.
And here I am going, what is it? I don't know what it is. So
it's just to confuse you guys, nothing else.
Yeah. God. Kids are weird.
Sarab is saying 6-7 is deep. I'm assuming you're one of them. We are talking about 6-7 or Sunny. Definitely makes everyone confused. Yes, it does. Oh, we have Zami. I think we have all the moderators in the chat right now. One by one. Oh, someone said hi to Roman.
Jason, yes.
It gives you this surge of motivation. It never does. It never did to me. Mod team, make noise. I think people on Discord will be dying to get an answer from the question. Imagine everyone is here and people are just asking questions that we need that face reveal and stories all for Glenn. Oh yeah. Okay, that's why. I think I have seen him, but I'm excited. Have you, Anna and Jono?
How about what?
Have you seen Glenn?
Seen Glenn? No, it's
No.
I'm actually looking forward to like put a face to the name. Finally, you know.
He's laughing.
What if he comes on just like wearing a mask?
Imagine that.
Yeah, just like it throws us all off and just, never reveals.
If I would be Glenn, I would do that. I'll wear
Yeah,
this
I would
mask.
actually totally do that. I would totally do that.
Yeah.
It's like, next time he gets back on the live stream, everyone is going to be there just for like seeing if he's going to take the mask off. And Glenn, actually, if you are listening to us, it's a genius idea. I totally do that.
Glenn, you still have few minutes. You have 15 minutes, I would do that 100% without giving it a second thought. I've spoken to and see the man himself, legend. Yes. And I had that privilege too.
Guys, whoever joined in right now, make sure that you like the stream because we have a guest coming in 15 minutes. The one we're talking about now, he's gonna maybe come in a mask. Maybe you're gonna see his face. We don't know them ourselves neither. But if you reach 60 or 67, what are we doing? 60 or 67 likes?
We're doing 6-7. Or 2 accounts.
Yeah, if you guys reach 6-7 likes on today's stream, we're gonna have 2 accounts given away. So you definitely wanna smash the like button. We are at 27 already, and it's not even a half of a live stream, so you are definitely getting there.
Yep. I'm gonna share a trading view and just take a look at the coins. Zcash. After a long time. Hello, Zcash. On the 4 hour, okay, let's go on the weekly. This is also another volatile crypto pair.
I was actually researching a little bit about. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, aren't I? Ton?
Tron, yeah.
No, not Tron. Ton.
Ton, the other one.
Yeah. See.
So, what did you find?
I don't know. I was just. It was quite confusing, to be honest. No, I just know that it was the. Is that the cryptocurrency that Telegram created? I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's for Telegram wallets and stuff. And someone was just showing how you can create your own altcoins within the Ton network and almost like try it on Telegram in a way. And I was just like, that blows my mind. I was just kind of looking at this going, how does somebody come up with the idea to do that? Absolutely crazy. whether it had value though, because he then started to talk about sort of how the value of it could spike higher because loads of people are going to be using Telegram and stuff like that, and loads of people use it globally and X, Y, and Z. And then I looked at the price because the video was 2 years old. I looked at the price and it had absolutely tanked. So I was like, this guy might have lost a few followers off the back of that one. Because he was like, buy it, it's going to 1 million or whatever. I genuinely believe that people use this all the time. I think it was time. Yeah, US dollar. And this was back in June of like, let's see if it's got this. Someone's got more data here. Back of like June 2024. Let's have a look. So kind of around March, April, June of 2024. Where are we? September. Right. So around here at the highs, basically. So he was like, "This is going to 1 million." It's like $7, and it is now all the way down here. So interesting call. It's just interesting. I find the altcoins are interesting to me. So Ayush, do you trade altcoins, or have you tried altcoins?
No, I have never.
Never.
I was in school, and it was really good. So,
well, everyone was trading them in school.
No.
Oh, you was in school, so you didn't see any of it.
No, never. No.
Oh, okay, fair.
Being honest, no, never. Or I would have left my school and just bought Bitcoin in 2010. That would be the case.
Are you how from 1 to 10? How old are you feeling now?
Oh, like 10.
Like
yeah. I'm there. You know, I was asking Ayush how old he was yesterday, and then when he told me, it made me feel even older. And then I was like, oh.
You're still coping with that?
Yeah, and like it's weird because when I speak to people that I like admire in trading and stuff like that, and they're a lot older than me, so they always go, "Oh, you know, you're so lucky that you're doing this so young." And then I've come here and everyone else is younger than me, and I'm like, this just feels wrong. This
feels wrong.
I don't like it. My mate texted me earlier because I turned 33 in 5 days. And he was like, how do you feel turning 33? And I just was like, 33 sounds like an age where you're now starting to get older. Like 30, you're like, oh, 30, you know, 31 hours, 31, 32 hours. 33, I'm like, whoa. Now I'm getting there. Now I'm heading higher.
But I don't know, I'm 24, but I don't feel like I'm 24. Being honest. I don't feel 24 anymore.
What are you feeling like?
I feel I'm 30.
It's okay, you know, it gets somewhere like this until you are about 27, 28, and then suddenly you feel like you are 22, but you are not anymore, and your passport is lying. It's first like you're feeling like you're old, and then suddenly you want to be younger, and you feel younger, but it's like...
No, it's too late.
Something is wrong.
So Ayush, how old was you in 2000 and 17, 2000?
17, I was 15. What's that?
No, because that's when I was like, trading sort of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin back then was a thing that some people would actually get it in like downloads on the internet. So I used to know a lot of like mates that were DJing, and they would get a Bitcoin to like download a bit of music or something. So when Bitcoin exploded, I just had loads of messages going, oh my god, like I've got so much Bitcoin in this wallet thing, I have no idea of how to access it because I didn't really care about it at the time. And one guy had like 33 grand in his Bitcoin wallet, just from downloading it, and it was like they were giving it away at some point. So yeah, I was just trying to figure out how old you were when this was really kicking off, because I remember it quite well. So for you weren't even considering it.
When you said that, on 2017, I didn't knew anything about the markets, but I knew one thing, that I'm not doing any good in school. So I had to figure out something when I just pass out. So yeah, I had some plans already, because all I see is 0 in some exams. So I was getting ready already. I was not expecting something new will happen if I go in college, and will have that opportunity to throw the hat of graduation and just perform. Never done that.
Fair. Neither have I, to be honest. I didn't go to university. I dropped out.
So 3 of us are in the same lane then.
Yeah.
Even Anna left the college in between.
Yeah.
University.
That's how. So I think that's how trader's journey starts. Then, if I ask someone that I trade or not, I will ask them, "You went to college or not?" That's the first question.
and if they did, you're like,
no,
fake, fraud.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Like too smart for this.
There is just something in that, though. I have seen reports of people saying that some people are just they can be like too smart to do this, in terms of they overthink things because they don't sometimes understand that the market can be random. So they kind of get caught up in trying to be too perfect and whatever. So I do feel like you have to have a certain type of personality. Have you ever took I think it's called the Schiller personality test, trading personality test?
No, never.
No? Oh.
I think this Jonathan types same as the Jonathan without the H. You can hear the.
Is that me typing too aggressively?
No, the first one does the same thing.
Jonathan the first, and I'm Jonathan the second.
Yeah.
This is not the one I wanted, is it? I'm going to type really, really quietly now.
Still hear that.
I have like one of the personality tests actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually, you guys wanna do it?
Right now, live?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Okay. So, guys, in the chat as well, you are more than welcome to join and type the answer. So I have it right here. 1 second. To the window. There we go. So it's something that I used to do with the students. So you basically have 2 boxes. And now there are different possibilities of how you can answer that, right? And depending on, there is no right or wrong, but it's like strong or weak sides of everyone that is going to be revealed. So you have 2 boxes. You have a box A and you have a box B. There are 2 questions. And the first question is, which box would you take the money from if you could do it repeatedly? In the box A, you have like all the balls that are there, all the bills that are 100, and once every 4 there is a bill that is 0. And in box B, there are all the bills that are 70. Well, you guys, okay, that's not even a question anymore.
Hello.
I love that Anastasia was about to take us for a very serious personality test. And then...
Yeah. You guys want to do a personality test? Let's go. I'm ready.
Oh, look at the setup.
Look at
this is my FOMC
How many
costume.
outfits do you own?
How many? Oh, well, I have 2 of these. Yeah. I got my fish in the background. Look at that. Got some fishes. Now it was behind my head, but if I do this, it's a very beautiful fish back there.
Looking at your costume, I suppose I know which type of a personality of a trader you are.
Yeah, I'm one of those disciplined
sure.
ones. One of those very disciplined one, you know? Swing trading type of trader. All right, how you guys doing?
We were doing fine.
Good.
Great.
Nice.
Doing great. How are you?
How are you?
Good. Yeah,
that's a
I'm
better
prepared.
question.
Yeah, prepare myself for the FOMC.
Yeah.
It'll be an exciting day. I'm all dressed up and lots of places to go in terms of price action today.
Are you preparing to take a very responsible, profitable trading decisions on FOMC?
Actually, you know, I have taken a lot of decisions lately in trading, and I think it's a pretty. Oh, look at the timing of this. I'm not sure why I dressed up like this, but I thought it was a great idea. We had some decent views going, and I thought let's do something fun. And now I'm sitting here in front of all of these people. And I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? But it doesn't matter. I've done it, and now I'm here. So I've reduced my overall equities exposure here, and as you guys know, I'm short Bitcoin, and so I went into my trading app and accidentally closed my Bitcoin short, which is I'm a little bit sad over because I think it's a fairly good trade actually, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Glenn in the background. If you want to do a thumbs up when you're ready to join, be happy to. All right, he's making the thumbs up. There we go. We got Glenn. Welcome, man. Happy to finally have you on stream.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. We've I've heard a lot of good things about you. We had our man, I feel ridiculous being dressed like a clown here when you're joining, but it's what I do. Sometimes I do these weird things, but looking at the views, it's actually looking very good. I think that's because of you, though. I don't think that's because of me, because if I'm not mistaken, our wonderful Sani from Discord has been pushing this out and promising everyone that she calls the legendary Glenn is going to join the live stream. We've seen you around in the comment section, so I'm super happy to have you in here.
Cool. Yeah, Sani and half the Discord, I think, is in here watching, waiting to grill me, I expect.
Don't worry.
Roman, could you increase his microphone a little bit? Okay, perfect. So tell us, you're funded trader here at Tradeify, aren't you?
No, I had been, but blew the accounts. So
yeah, like most of us on here, we have blown a few accounts as well.
Yeah. But after Anastasia's and Nav's session last week, I have sized down a hell of a lot, and I have actually made a sizing calculator with Claude's help.
Nice,
awesome.
Nice. No, I love that, using Claude to. Claude is amazing. I mean, you can do a lot of things with creating trading tools and whatnot using Claude.
Yeah, exactly. I've created quite a few Claude trading apps with Claude.
Nice. You've been in the market for quite some time, right?
Yes,
You've been in crypto for a few years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, over 10 years.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Nice.
Started off mining with a PC with graphics cards.
Oh, wow.
Because I used to play a lot of games, Battlefield back about 12, 13 years ago. And I stopped playing games, and I was basically looking for something to do with a PC without having to sell it.
Back then, what version of Battlefield was it back then? Because I did play quite a lot myself back then, and I actually made it's interesting because I also started mining Bitcoin back then, and I was playing Battlefield, so that's pretty sick.
I think
What I've met
Good
on the
times,
servers.
huh?
Yeah, good times.
I think
And you were like back then you were mining like I kid you not, you were making like hundreds of Bitcoins. Like when things were going well, it was insane.
no, it wasn't hundreds of I wished it was hundreds of Bitcoins, but it was probably what 2016, 2015 I started.
Right. Okay. So it's not in the very beginning, because I remember mining on a laptop back in like 2012, and at that point you could easily rack up like hundreds of Bitcoin like in the very beginning. But I guess in 2017 that was different.
Yeah, it went through I think a couple of halvings by then.
Yeah.
On the difficulty. Plus I started off with just a couple of AMD graphics cards. Then I made enough with that to actually buy a Bitmain S7 miner.
Nice. So you started with mining, and you actually made money mining, right? Because most of the people who went into mining back then, they were just doing it as a hobby. You know, they were not really making any money on it.
No, yeah, I was actually making money. I was investing it into something which had promise back then, which was Litecoin.
Litecoin,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, that had a lot of promise at the time, but now it's just dying.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are talking about a comeback from Litecoin, but I doubt it. At least you invested in Litecoin. I took the mining proceeds and I invested it into do you remember master nodes?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was this thing called master nodes where you're supposed to kind of stake your coins in something, and then I'm not really sure exactly what that was, but I took all my profits from mining and I put it into a Japanese chatbot master node that was promising to be the future of the world or something like that. Obviously, I've lost everything, so that was rather not very profitable investment on my end.
Right. I do still mine, but via NFTs mining. Where the company sells, you basically buy NFT at hash rates, and
All right.
they actually have proper mining farms, and with the hash rates that you buy, obviously you get a part of that farm.
Right, so you're still into mining, are you?
Yes.
So what's that like now? Because we've seen obviously that the mining companies and everything, they're kind of moving away from mining and using their data centers and everything for for AI, renting out their mining equipment for AI and things like that. So have you seen that the profitability for mining, has that increased or whatever?
No, so obviously because of the price of Bitcoin's dropped over the past few months, profitability's gone down. I'm only making at the moment with the terahashes I've got about $5 or $6 a day at the moment.
Right. Okay. So I guess the mining difficulty is going to be is supposed to be adjusted with, like if less people are mining, is the mining difficulty only being adjusted at the halving, or is it adjusting to the activity on chain?
No, I think it's only adjusted at the halving.
Right. Okay.
I don't, as the price goes up and down, I don't think the difficulty changes. But the problem with mining, the price comes down, but obviously the maintenance costs still stay the same.
And I guess that's why you see, you know, miners when price of Bitcoin is dropping, you see miners kind of pausing their operations sometime in a bear market, because it's simply not profitable. And I guess that's what we call the break-even point for miners. And it's actually something I'm gonna see if I can find a chart of that. But so you're still mining, but then obviously you're also trading. So what took you from mining there in the beginning and then going into actually trading Bitcoin?
Well, trading, basically spot trading at first. Then I dabbled a little bit in leverage trading, which I didn't really fully understand at the time. Then I found a group of people on WAP for crypto. They taught me a lot, really good bunch there. And then I found a company before Tradeify diversified into crypto. I think they're East European, that basically a crypto prop firm. But I didn't like their rules. So then I come over to Tradeify to learn on the futures side.
Right.
And then probably, what was it, about 5-6 months ago, Tradeify announced, well, use guys crypto, which I was well over the moon with.
So what are you? But you're still trading your personal accounts, and then you're kind of using prop firms to kind of diversify.
Yeah, but cheatingly, I use prop firm accounts to learn from without risking my real money.
Yeah, you know, that's a lot of people that use prop firms, you know, in different ways. You'll have people that are looking at prop firms as strictly, you know, trading income, and then you'll have those who are still learning, and they're kind of buying in a valuation to kind of, you know, learn how to trade and learn how to you know, manage their risk while also learning how to trade. But I would say, I think it's, I mean, I kind of like the idea of having a, I always try to have like a prop firm account where I can play around a little bit with, because obviously I can't do that with my personal account. But if I buy an evaluation, I know that that's the cost of that evaluation. That's the only thing I'm going to be losing, right? So I might as well play around a little bit with it, test some new things, and because it's just more fun than trading on a demo. Even though maybe trading on a demo long term will give you some good statistics, it's not as sexy as trading on a demo, you know, because you make a big win, and you're like, well, it could have been a payout.
Yeah, I did try paper trading on TradingView for a while.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it was okay, but no real sort of, like you said, results or anything. So there was no highs and lows of the actual trades that you took.
Yeah, TradingView. I mean, TradingView is a fantastic shorting tool, but when it comes to paper trading on TradingView, it does have a few things that I'm missing. They have the replay. I mean, if I go back here and do some like replay, you can obviously trade here within the replay tool. I can't remember exactly. I have replay trading here. And then you're supposed to be able to, you know, open a trade while you're in replay, and I think it should be like this. So you can, like, you want to market sell here, whatever, and then you can perhaps put your TP here. Let's just assume that we're gonna get an amazing trade here, and then you can place that trade in replay. Oh wow, look at that! That was a great trade actually. And then you have the statistics here. So this is actually a pretty good way of learning as well, I would say. But actually, it looks like they've improved this quite a lot since I used it last time. Have any of you guys used this?
Yeah, they've changed the strategy engine side of it. I think the results.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good actually. I'm quite impressed with with this. What would you say, Jonathan, in terms of live trading and demo trading? How long would you say that someone should be demo trading and practicing before going into a live account or an evaluation?
It's a good question. I was always taught, like, if you could do 3 months of solid returns, or at least 3 months of trading without many mistakes, and at least 3 months of profit, then you're good to go go live. That's always kind of where I've been at. So whenever I test something new or whatever, I always kind of forward test it for 3 months before before going live. But I think the thing with live trading is, because you've got skin in the game, it just feels different. It just feels different, and you don't realize how emotional you're going to be. And it can be as little as what you want to trade. But I always kind of recommend putting a little bit of skin in the game, just to get a feel for what it means to win, what it means to lose, because you'll find a lot about yourself in those situations, and you can try and learn from your mistakes and try and learn from the results that you get. And I think if you put a little bit of emotion behind it, you care about it a bit more. You care about the trade that you're taking. Some people can go and kind of do two ways. They kind of see that they've got a little bit of money in the account and try and trade it aggressively, just to try and make a quick buck. But I find that using live capital can help you just get a feel for the emotions, and make you think about it a bit more, think about the trade that you're taking.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. 3 months is a good level. I would probably say, I think most people would be able to have the discipline to do 3 months. I think I would probably prefer 6 months, but I wonder how many people would be able to sit there for 6 months, because we all know that we have all went live too early, and everyone's just going to go live too early. I think that's just the nature of it. So to ask someone to, like, okay, you gotta be profitable for 6 months before you go live, that's not a lot of people are going to be doing that right now. For those of you who are, that's great. But I think 3 months is a good time. And then you would also have to treat, I believe, in like 3 months demo. Let's see, you're making some returns. You go into the live market, or get an evaluation, and then if you can do 3 months on top of that of solid trading, then I think job's done. But then if you see that 3 months after going live, you're just taking step backs, maybe go back to demo, go back to a learning environment to set that up. But Glenn, I wanted to ask you, are you trading Bitcoin, or are you trading altcoins, or what does that look like?
I mainly trade hype. Because
Nice. We have a lot of traders trading hype. So have you been focused on hype for a long time, or is this something recent?
I think it's probably since you mentioned it on one of the lives.
Oh wow! Okay, well, it's not financial advice. Hopefully, you made great progress. Sometimes when you hear things like this, oh, I did it because you said it live. You're like, oh, I actually have people listening to me. I need to be I need to be sensible and not act like a clown.
Too late.
It's a bit too late for that one. But I think hype is a wonderful project. But I mean, I'm the type of trader, like everyone, who loves to trade, this market and this market, and then everything kind of goes to shit somewhere up here. And it's just that's just how it is in trading, isn't it? I mean, some people, and I meet them very rarely, but they are very good at range-bound markets. And in theory, range-bound markets shouldn't be that difficult to trade, right? You buy the range lows and you sell the range highs. I mean, in theory, not that difficult. But I think one of the issues with that is the range most likely breaks when it becomes obvious. That's one of the issues I see with range trading. It's like, because the range on hype right now is fairly obvious, right? So we're at the range lows right now. So looking at this, I would think that from a range trader's perspective, buying here does offer you, a decent risk to reward if this is going to act as support. Then, of course, we have the support area to the downside here, where we can break below the range, and then we have that level below, and then of course we have another one down here. But actually, I haven't looked at hype for quite some time, but I do like this level. I think with the FOMC meeting coming up today, I've done some research today on looking at the equities, looking at the equities indices, and I think I actually wanted to show you guys something quickly here that I've been looking at today. So you guys know that I'm most of my time analyzing the markets are spent from a high time frame perspective, where I'm managing my my bigger long-term portfolio, and then I'm also swing trading like on the side of that. But and crypto and Bitcoin is a part of that long-term portfolio. But what I'm watching right now is kind of like, I'm trying to figure out, why is the market behaving the way it's behaving today? And I'm not sure it has as much to do with Iran than the semiconductors performance and the AI companies involved in AI and their earnings report, because companies involved with AI has been posting insanely good earnings. Their profits are like up thousands of percent, not thousands but hundreds, and in some cases I think SK Hynix is like 1,000% profits, which is like blows my mind. But then the stocks are dropping because the expectations were even higher, and people also had expectations of, are you making any money on the capex spending on AI? And no, they're still not making any significant money on the investments, right? So what I've done is I've cut my equities exposure in half. So I went from 60% fully invested to 30%, and part of that is the reason why I'm not fully out is because if you look at the S&P 500, it looks good, right? I still like what I'm seeing right here on the S&P 500. You look at the Dow looks very good. It made a smaller push to the upside, and we're going to be at all-time highs. We can look at things like the European indices, with, for example, the Swedish index, my own country, hit all-time high recently. We got the UK index hit all-time high today, the UK 100, but then we have like tech-heavy indices, and this is with countries more sensitive to the current situation. We got the Nikkei, which is hitting support after a bigger move to the downside, and we got the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, which is down over 26% from the highs, and this is kind of like has broken down. And you combine that with the Nasdaq, which has broken its range. So looking at the Nasdaq and the Semiconductor Index, it has kind of broken down. And if you look at we can look at the World Stock Index, kind of mirrors the S&P 500. It's consolidating, but it's not bearish. And then you look at the index excluding emerging markets, it's looking a little bit more bullish. And then you look at the emerging markets, and it's breaking down. So this is telling me that the weakness happening right now is in mostly in emerging markets, because a fair share of that index is in companies like that has a big base of semiconductors that are absolutely bleeding right now. Combine that with the semiconductor index. Now, And then we have the Fed today. And I think a lot of people are taking profits in preparation for what this Fed might do. Because looking at the expectations of rate cuts and rate hikes versus holding the rates, there is room for a lot of people to be caught on the wrong side here, right? Was that you, Kibbler? That was you.
I don't think it was.
Your phone.
I don't think it was me.
Oh, okay, was it?
something did, but I don't think it was me. Unless someone's just broken into on my computer.
Oh, it's me.
My light did switch off. So I'm just making sure my light's back on.
So basically, it's like to put it all together here, long-winded analysis here, but the Fed, the decision is obviously going to be important today, but the presser is going to be equally as important. I've read some notes on a group analysis group called the Macro Ops, which I've been following for a while, and they do have some solid research, right? And I've been following them for a while, and I like what they're doing, and their calls have been very good. And they're saying that they think they're going to be a 50 basis point hike. And I do not agree with that at all. I don't think it's good, but it just shows that there is a possibility. I mean, there is a possibility to have a surprise to the upside. And if that happens, especially now with Trump coming out and saying he's not going to stop attacking Iran, we're going to have a problem, right? And we're going to have a problem with the equities market. And the equities market is already down if you look at the semiconductors, which will be bleeding over into Bitcoin. And this is where I kind of get into crypto, right? Now, Bitcoin is in the bear market. And if we look at, we can even have a move up to, 70 or even up to 79 and still be in a bear market. And just like we had here, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. We only have consolidation. We do not have any breakout. But if the current situation is going to be deteriorating in Iran and the Fed hikes rates, even 25 basis points, with a very cautious and hawkish presser, then Bitcoin is going to fall, and there's a possibility, I believe, that Bitcoin is going to be falling through the 60K support floor, and we're going to have a massive liquidation cascade. And if that one turns out to be very deep, now we're talking maybe move all the way down to 52 or even lower, that might be seen as capitulation. And if we get a capitulation move, historic liquidations and all of that, I think we might be forming a bottom. I think that could be the beginning of a bottom, because if the Fed hikes rates and is very hawkish, I think they might create a situation where they need to lower rates. And if that's the case, I think we might be creating a decent bottom here, which also leads me to believe that the semiconductor index breaking is a wonderful buying opportunity in the next few weeks or months if the Fed hikes rates. If the Fed is neutral and they're neutral in the presser, yeah, I'm gonna just be buying back the equities. Probably still keep exposure low on Bitcoin, but definitely be buying back equities. Looking at oil today, it's just whipsawing. It's just all over the place. I mean, it's absolutely crazy that we were trading at 96 just a couple of days ago. We went down 15%. The swings here on gold, on oil is just wild. Jonatan, I heard you said yesterday that you think without the war in Iran, oil should be lower. So if you're looking 6 months in the future, oil is probably going to be lower. I agree with that. I do, but who knows what's going to happen in the Strait of Hormuz and now the Red Sea and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that the thing is though, like Donald Trump's his grand plan all along was to get rates lower, was to have lower oil. When he came back into presidency, one of the first things he said was, drill baby drill. We want to be drilling as much oil as possible, and that helped kind of that oil move come in lower. This is kind of going against what he initially wanted to do, and I think. The whole reason as well when Fed Walsh was being potentially rumored to be the new Fed chair, it was because there was a potential for the Fed watch would almost like back Donald Trump and be like in line with Donald Trump, whereas Walsh has actually come out and been a bit like, no, I want to keep the Fed's credibility intact, and be completely independent. So that I think has backfired on him a little bit as well. And if anything, he wants lower oil prices. Now, if you look at it from a supply issue, the supply of oil, there's so much of it. Producers are continuing to produce aggressively. They haven't really slowed down on that front. If anything,
hey, we got a cat. Hold on.
So yeah, I mean, for me,
what? Sorry, Jonathan, but obviously we have much more important things to talk about here. What have you? Would you be open to the idea, Glenn, of us creating an account for your cat, and then having your cat potentially trade that account by walking on the keyboard? That'd be interesting.
Have you seen the video of the chicken that trades?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, what we obviously need to do a cat video, life in the cat, day in the life of a cat trader, or a trader, not a cat trader, but a trader cat. I guess it's a better way to put
it. she has like games on the tablet, like the mouse running around, where she taps. So perhaps if you make Claude create something like that, but for trading.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about cats trading. A previous colleague of mine I was streaming with on for another prop firm that you guys might know. He also has a cat, and that cat was responsible for, I think that was his roommate's cat, and it was responsible for a 30K loss or something like that. He had his trading terminal, it had his trading terminal open. And the cat was, executing trades for him and shorting a bull market or something like that. Yeah.
Contrarian.
So trader. That was a contrarian cat.
Yeah.
It was a contrarian cat. It was not very liked by the other cats, and not very profitable doing so either. But I mean, cats probably shouldn't be trading. That's.
That's probably. Although the chicken one is quite fascinating. Have you seen it, where he picks out what to trade, what session to trade, and if he's going to go long or short? I actually trialed it for a little bit. I used to, that spin the wheel game that you can do online. I actually trialed it just to see if the randomness would actually make any money, and no, it didn't really work for me. the first three were great, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just going to trade randomly. But then the rest after that were pretty crap.
It is interesting though that you can get pretty interesting results from random trades, because even with random numbers you tend to get patterns, and you tend to see in the I remember an experiment they did. I think I read this as part of the CMT, I believe, and they talked about how I'm gonna butcher this whole idea, and I can't really remember the details, but it was something about setting up a random where a walk forward idea, right? Mm-hmm. Where the next price was completely random. So you had one price, and then it jumped to the next price completely random within a certain level of logic. Obviously you can't something can't be trading at 0 and minus 200 or something like that, but even though you had a walk forward process with random numbers, you started to see trends, right? And there was some mathematical explanation for this, which lends to the idea that markets, calm markets, they drift towards trending. They want to be trending in either direction, and when it gets uncertain, it starts ranging. So this is an interesting concept, and I think they also prove that even with a completely random approach, you can have a winning streak, right? A fairly substantial winning streak, which tells you that when you're testing a system and when you're forward testing and back testing, you need to make sure that you have a large enough sample size so that you remove the chance, the risk of just making money purely by chance, right?
No, absolutely. I would love to run some kind of generator again just to see how it does perform, but just give it a bit more time, give it a bit more data just to see what it does. Just to see it. Glenn, it's a better trader than me.
You know, I think you're setting up Claude Code, asking it to do exactly that experiment. I think it would be as profitable, if not more profitable, than a lot of traders out there. Because I think a lot of traders out there, they are trading almost randomly without really understanding that they are trading randomly, but they're also adding a lot of emotions to it, right? Especially if you're... Who's making that sound? Is it you, Ayush? That's you. That's definitely you. It's a cat. It's a cat.
It was probably my end. Or getting his bike
I thought it sounded like one of those like clown, horns.
Yeah, the horns.
I actually have one of those. I'll bring it tomorrow. We're gonna do a special giveaway stream tomorrow because we have we hit that 2K subscribers. Glenn, I wanted to ask you. You said that you build a position size calculator, I believe, using Claude Code. Is there anything else you're kind of like experimenting with Claude?
Yes, I've built a volume profile chart and a hype wow watcher.
Okay. A hype wallet watcher.
Wow watcher.
Whale watcher. Nice. Okay. That's awesome.
I could show you it if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to. And maybe tell us a little bit about that. That's very exciting.
Right, how do I... Right, can you see that?
Yep, I can see that.
Right, this takes data directly from the Hyperliquid free API that's freely available, and it's got all these orders and sizes. This area yesterday, which I'm still watching, the 54 area, there was over $8 million worth of trades waiting in there, with about 600 orders. But this does ping if a whale, basically one or two people put on over $1 million trades somewhere within the range that I've got it set up for.
That's awesome. I love that. It's basically, and I mean, that would be really cool to see. Obviously, you if you have support and you see price kind of consolidate a bit, and then you get a big order coming in. Obviously, that would be, you could view that as smart money, or large buyers that in some cases might have some insider information or information that is not available to the overall public.
Yes, it's really good because you can watch where the orders are stacking up, like the sell orders stacking up around this area, the 53 to 55.3, 55.6. And
so it shows all the passive orders.
Show what, sorry?
Yeah, but you're seeing all the passive orders, all the limit orders, right?
Yes. Yeah, the cost is there, and these are the amount of actual orders within that.
Right, and then it's going to be also, if a huge market order comes in, it's going to show us a big buy as well.
Yes.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So what are you thinking here? Like, and when you're trading, are you trading, like, what time frames are you looking at? Or are you swing trading or day trading, or what's that look like?
I mainly, well, sort of day trading. I think the longest trade I've held was over a weekend, where I suddenly become a swing trader. But I try to aim for like a couple of hours at the most, 2 or 3 hours.
Right. And what does your
Discord.
Sorry, what, Ayush?
I think the trade he was holding
Tradeify.
for weeks, he mentioned on Discord that he's been in the trade and he's really tired.
That's right. You're Glenn. You're also active within our Discord community, and I would recommend everyone to get onto our Discord server, where our lovely mod Sani will give you no, I'm kidding. She's not gonna give you anything. She'll help you out though if you need help in the Discord. Luna says, watch Glenn while smoking on the phone. Are you smoking, Luna? I don't like that. I don't like that. I did not think that you would be a smoker. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Or Thor? What do you mean not me? She's smoking for someone else. Oh, okay. Super Thor says, Beer, I need to smoke some cigarette. No, you don't. You need to go long on hype. That's what you need. If you need adrenaline or whatever, you go in through 1 minute, and hype's looking good. Hype's looking good. Sani says join the Discord. That's right. Join the Discord. How do we join the Discord? Tell us. How do we join the Discord?
Interesting.
You should know, Ayush. You're like the Discord guy.
Oh, so I'll post a link in the chat for people.
Yeah, post a link in the chat. And then Sani says also pick crypto trader's role, because if you do not pick crypto futures, crypto trader role, you will not see crypto stuff, which would be a shame. Sani says through the link. No shit, we know it's a link, but it's like, we need the link. Oh, she did post it. Okay, I'm gonna see if we can find it. But if we need a link, and then we'll pin it. There we go. I'm gonna pin that message. We get a link from Ayush, so make sure that you go into the Discord and you join that one. I am a surgeon. I don't smoke. Really? And where are you from, Luna? Where are you tuning in from today?
Portugal.
You think it's Portugal? Let's see. Yeah, Sani, I think it's gonna get blocked. Is Sanita's CPT? Is that the actual one?
Yeah, there's the actual one. Yeah.
Okay. Should I make her a mod? Nah. She's already a mod on Discord. We're not gonna give her a mod here as well, are we? Should we?
Yeah, I guess.
Well. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I'll encourage her to join more.
Let's see if...
I think because of Sani, I put my camera in front. She complained on the Discord that you never look on the camera when you explain. That's right.
Yeah, Sani, she sends me DMs. She complains a lot about you, Ayush.
Oh no.
But it's been way less complaints now.
Oh, thank you.
You definitely...
You say less complaints, but there's no complaints, nothing like that.
Yeah, basically no complaints.
Oh yeah, okay. That's good.
Yep. Okay, she's a former surgeon and a present pathologist. Is that what is that? Is that when you work with diseases? Like when you figure out why, like COVID? I'm asking you guys, Glenn and Jonathan, because you're obviously, you know English.
No, I thought she was a coder.
I thought a pathologist cut up dead bodies.
Oh no.
Holy shit! Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Is that what she's doing? She went from saving people to now no longer being in. What are we talking about here? Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. This got
It's so dangerous.
This got very dark. I see Jonathan Kibbler is googling.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Do not share your screen.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
So,
looking.
you're up.
She's looking at a. She's looking at a. Looking at yes, Anitas. I'm making stuff up. Of course, you're not. I'm making stuff up.
To check who he killed. Luna, if you want account, you can just DM me. You know, you don't need to perform in that race. I'll give it to you.
No, we never talked about that. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Thoriak says, I thought Luna was a lawyer. Maybe she's just making stuff up now. Because I do not think that you can be a lawyer and then a surgeon like in the same lifetime, can you? Because it's a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
And a trader as well. Next guest, Luna.
Yeah, Luna. We want you on. Not for anything work related though, but trading related. Maybe you could look at my trades from a. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. Oh no, she's not a lawyer. She says she's not a lawyer. Okay, she's not a lawyer.
Sani is saying today's guest needs to pick new guests.
Yeah, we should definitely. Yeah, I would love to have Luna on here. That would be awesome. Could look at. Was that your cat, Glenn, in the background? It sounds like your cat is renovating the house.
No, sorry, my boy was going out on his bike.
Ah, okay. Is school's out for the summer now? Is it?
Well, they're all adults, so.
Okay. Oh my god! How old are they?
Their youngest is 22, eldest is 38.
And you haven't got rid of them yet. They're still at home.
A couple of them are still at home, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, my youngest is 8, and yeah. Some days I'm really looking forward to having them leave the house, but then when they get older, I'm sure I'm going to be sitting there and wondering, time just flew by.
You'll have to get a cat then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get a cat. I'll open an account for him, and maybe I'll be finally be that independent trader. All right, guys, we are looking at, what am I looking at? We're looking at Hyper. Actually, I'm actually quite interested in Hyper. It's a shame though that these altcoins, they move so quickly that it's difficult to get in after confirmation.
Yeah.
I mean, if FOMC comes out and Ayush says inflation's all under control, I love Trump, let's lower rates, then we're never gonna have any time to enter at this level. And this is one of the reason why I find it sometimes quite difficult to trade altcoins, because as a swing trader, I want to see accumulation and distribution and then position myself based on that, but things are just moving so quickly. What are you guys thinking here? And Glenn, perhaps what are you thinking here on Hype when it comes to how are you trading this, if you are trading this?
If I was looking for a short right now, I'd want it to come up to yesterday's previous value area high. And then hopefully, bounce off that, then look for a short down to today's point of control.
Right. So previous value area is you. Do you use the anchored volume profile and then you put it on yesterday's candle?
I use my custom Claude one.
All right.
It's an app, not a screen. I don't know if I could share it or not. Window.
How have you coded? Well, it does look like you're sharing your whole screen. So I think if you're just opening the app, it's probably going to show. If I'm not mistaken.
Try that. Is that one showing?
No.
Yeah.
I guess. Is it?
Now it's the one.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Okay. Ah, yeah, that's right. Glenn's volume profile. All right, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Also shows up here in the top right whether the previous candle is above or below. Mm-hmm. So we can see we're above the previous daily, but still below the previous weekly and monthly zones. So if for me to go short, I'd want it to come up here, reject, and then I would target point of control.
That's a really good idea, because on TradingView we don't have the actual order-based data, but you coded it in Claude, and you have real data, and the volume profile is accurate. That's a correct way to use it. Personally,
are you getting this from? Are you getting this directly from? Okay, you're getting it from Binance, are you? Because I see that it says Binance Perp. Okay, so you're getting it, and is that data real-time data? Is that free?
Yes, that's real-time data from the free API.
Yeah, API key.
But the free API is not available in all countries from Binance.
Okay.
Right. Interesting. Did we have? By the way, did we have a like target today?
Yeah, 6-7.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7.
Oh, guys, you gotta up the likes. Gotta up the likes. We're not even close. We're at 43, so you gotta be hitting that like. We're gonna make it 60.
Okay.
We are, however, going to do a couple of giveaways tomorrow. So if we don't hit the like target today, we're going to be doing giveaways tomorrow, regardless of how many likes we are getting. But Glenn, I really like the way you're utilizing Claude Code here. This is a perfect example of someone who is utilizing AI to help with their own trading, and I think it's awesome. I think it's really good.
Well, I was fed up with basically chasing strategies and promises from people selling indicators and bots and things. So I just thought, especially after watching your lives again, you mentioned Claude about with trading apps that you've been working on. So I thought I'd give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's actually
this is where we're at.
I've been. And I think I guess within that tool, what you can do as well is implement some type of alert system, right? Where you're going to get alerted once you're.
Yeah, I've got visual and voice. I use.
Nice.
Also,
so you'll get alerted when price hits your area of interest.
Yeah, but if it hits any of the previous value areas, highs or current value area high and lows or point of control, it'll come up approaching point of control.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
So Glenn, I'm just curious, the way you created the order book for Hype, is it possible to code the delta profile like I use in the Motivate using Claude for Hype?
Yes.
Oh, that's more cool.
That let me stop sharing that quickly.
Yeah, Cloud Code's just amazing. I've been building so many things with it. And indicators as well. And it's actually really good with creating trading view indicators.
Mhm.
And guys, if you're watching this and you are on a if you're not on a paid trading view, I think you can only have a certain number of indicators on your chart, and maybe you don't want to be buying a trading view subscription. What you can do is you can take all of the indicators that you want to add on your chart and then tell Claude to combine everything into one indicator. So you can then just have everything in one indicator on TradingView.
Yeah, they should be open source first for you to copy.
But even if they're not open source, you just tell Claude what it's doing, and a lot of times it can actually figure out how to code it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really cool, actually.
I actually did that. I actually added 5 indicators in one for my people. They were not able to, go with the TradingView Premium, so I just did it. And TradingView said, "Dudes, please stop. You're just doing a lot." I was adding the 6th one. It said the limit exceed. So it did only 5. Oh, so there's a
surely we got 78 likes. Like, surely there's someone who buying likes or whatever that does. Like, how they surely they must be faking that. How is it possible to jump from 48 to 78? Oh my god. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be, yeah. Well, whoever that was, thank you for likes. We will be we'll be doing a quick little giveaway then before we end the stream. So for today's giveaway, I want you all to write in Glenn in the in the chat.
Yeah.
And then we are going to do a little giveaway here. Glenn in the chat for a giveaway. Let's go. Can you take care of that, Ayush?
Yeah, I will.
All right, perfect. Before we wait for all of that, remember to continue hitting that like, and please hit that subscribe as well, so we can get some more subscribers on the channel here, and we can invite some more guests and have some good conversation here on the crypto markets. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens after the FOMC. Jonathan, you said you're going to be watching the press conference live. I heard you say that you were going to be watching Price and how Price reacts to what he's saying. Now, what markets are you looking at?
The one that I'm looking at the moment is I'm looking at the Nasdaq. I like the idea of buying the stock market, but it needs to come a lot lower. I just think it's such a coin flip of an event that it's hard to necessarily say exactly what to do. You can just kind of like build some scenarios in. So, for me, the Nasdaq, if we see a significant decline, then I like this kind of 26k area. I think that's a good area to start looking to buy in. I'm really watching the VIX as well. If we see a spike up of 26s, that's usually met with some kind of low the next day. So I'm going to be looking to see how this market reacts seasonally through these around these time of years. We do get quite a strong push up in the VIX. So I'm going to be watching this one pretty closely, because now we're going into the midterm elections as well. We could see some bullishness from the VIX, which will typically have a bearish effect on the stock markets and risk in general. So looking at the S&P 500 as well, expecting some declines. I want to see some decent pullbacks in this. The last time we saw kind of inflation-driven moves back in 2022, we had like a 25% drop, and we've only got so far we're only down a couple of percent. So 7% is the sort of drop down to the previous highs. So yeah, I'm looking to see if we can get some kind of movement on those type of markets. Gold, obviously, as well will be key to watch. I think this 4K level is a widely watched level at the moment. I was saying earlier, from like a technical point of view, it looks like, you want to be bearish on this market. So we could see, a breakout on gold. But the one or two markets that I really want to focus on are the yields. If we see yields rise, then dollar usually strengthens, and off the back of that, it kind of impacts a lot of markets as well. So yeah, I think, for me, gold breakout lower potentially, but I need it confirmed by the yields first. If yields go great, then. But if you see, like, in the event that they say something and nothing really happens and yields start declining, or they say something and yields decline, then it means that the bond market isn't really taking much notice of it, and we'll probably see a bit of a reversal in price. So those are the kind of markets I'll be just keeping an eye on. In terms of like currencies and stuff, I like the idea of shorting euro, but again, because it's such a coin flip of an event, it's almost like, well, where's the best place to short euro? Probably up at 114.50. So I'd need quite a big move to get into something like that. Maybe you could look at sort of your dollar yens, maybe, or something like that, if anyone trades FX. But yeah, I guess majority of people are going to be checking out this gold chart and seeing how this one plays out. But higher yields are bad for gold. So if you do see yields spiking, then I want to be on the gold. I want to be on the gold short side for sure. My Bitcoin trades both bombed, by the way. So
yeah,
I think those.
You mentioned bonds. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch. Maybe we can do a recap of the speech tomorrow. You're gonna be on live tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a recap of the speech tomorrow and maybe go through some of your thoughts on there. And I also want to go through the how you're watching bonds in this situation as well. I wanted to show you guys something on the DXY, the dollar currency index. This is something that I've seen a lot of analysts have been mentioning recently. So Roman, if you can switch over to my screen, that would be great. So what we're watching right here is in yellow. We have yellow. There's no yellow on this chart. in white, we see two white circles. This is the dollar currency index, and at the bottom we have the Bollinger Band width, which tells us that the volatility is very compressed. And I'm sure you've seen some notes floating around here talking about the dollar volatility has not been this compressed since December of 2021, before we had this major volatility expansion. Now, the thing with volatility in terms of technical analysis is that it's so-called extreme seeking, which means it goes from low volatility to high volatility. Okay, so what comes after low volatility is always going to be either more low volatility or just high volatility. It's going to be expanding. Now, we don't know in what direction it will be expanding, but it's setting up very nicely in terms of timing for the FOMC here. So it's likely that we're going to get a volatility expansion on the DXY here, which is definitely something I'm going to be watching. Now, if we look at the dollar currency index from more of a high time frame perspective, and we overlay Bitcoin on this, I if the dollar is going to be trading at around 110 at the beginning of sometime next year, I'll look back in this and I'm going to say, well, it was obvious in hindsight, right? And it's something I think about a lot. If it's going to be, if a move will be obvious 6 months from now, from a technical analysis perspective, it's likely that move will happen, because when you look back at a price chart, things are so very clear, right? Things are just obvious, right? So it's something to think about. And this also aligns with the idea that potentially around October, November, December this year. So let's put it at November this year. I think Bitcoin is going to start to show a bottom, or at least a capitulation move around this time. And maybe we're going to see the dollar moving higher from here. I see it as a possibility, definitely. Now, something else I want to show you guys is something I've been looking at, and that is, let me just look at the DXY here. We're going to be doing that giveaway shortly. Okay, so let's look at the Dixie here. Not that one. Okay, this one. And then we're going to be adding indicators, which is, I have a lot of indicator template here, but the one I'm looking at is DXY, the DXY breadth. Now, what we have here is, of course, we have the equal weighted G10 dollar index. This is this one right here. Now, what's interesting with this is the equal weighted G10 dollar index has not broken out. It's only the Dixie, which is heavily weighted towards the euro, has broken out. Right, which tells us that there is a weakness within the euro dollar that has caused a breakout on the dollar. But if we look at the G10 dollar breadth, there is no breakout. It never broke out. But then we're looking at the G10 dollar breadth in currencies trading against the dollar that are above its 200-day moving average, which sits at around 8 out of 10 are above its 200-day moving average, which means that the dollar is strong and trending to the upside compared to the others. But it has not broken out yet, so it has not given that broad confirmation of a dollar strength in terms of break of structure. Now, if we would get a break above this level after the FOMC today, now that to me is a confirmation that we're going to be seeing dollar move higher in the future. So I'm not viewing this as a breakout yet, but we get confirmation here from the equal weighted index. That's going to be very interesting for the future of the dollar here, looking forward 2, 3, maybe even 6 months.
Awesome.
So we have a lot of things to talk about tomorrow, but for now, it's time for that giveaway. All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's start. Sound.
This is so exciting.
Superman duck.
Glenn, you're now on the other side of the duck race.
Who's the doctor on
Jesus.
this?
See, 30 seconds. Where is it? Trump duck. Trump is missing.
Right, who's winning?
Oh, Thorjack.
I got. Well, Thorjack is looks like is winning. We got. Who is that? Is that Engine to the Moon? No, Shipyard. Who's Shipyard? Do we know Shipyard?
Okay.
Millionaire.
Dubai.
Oh.
It's gonna be Dubai.
Oh, Dubai one. Dubai X1S. Okay, Dubai. Do we have someone in the chat called Dubai X1S? Let me know. And then, of course, if you won, you have to add your email to your YouTube profile so that we can send you an account. It's one of Thor's bots. I don't care if it's a bot or not. You're gonna get an account anyway. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There it is.
Yes.
All right, we got someone here who is completely new to the channel, I think. No, it's actually been around for quite some time here. So yeah, happy to have you here, and make sure to add your email to your YouTube profile, and you will be.
I'm good on that.
Sorry,
Nice.
my ringtone.
Oh, that's perfect.
That should be the celebration
man.
music from now on.
Yeah.
I love that song as well. It's a banger.
Ah, nice. That was amazing. What a timing on that one. All right, congratulations, man. Enjoy your account, and guys, we will see you all tomorrow. And Glenn, thank you so much for joining. It's been awesome to have you on. Put a face to the name and talk a little bit about you. Not about you, with you, instead of about you.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to everyone in the chat for the support.
All right, awesome. Make sure you guys join the Discord as well. We have Glenn being very active in the Discord as well, so hop in the Discord and join the Tradeify crypto family. We will see you all tomorrow. All right, thank you all, and take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.